So here's a video talking about the whole process of synchros and what people should be doing when they hit roughly around level 80 for their Nikkes. So I see this question asked quite often on how to progress here, and the best way to explain it is you basically level up whatever you want to level 80, and then once you get to 80 you have to reset some characters to bring them to above the cap in order for you to progress farther. So in case you guys don't know, each Nikkes have a star next to their profile, whatever. So like my Scarlet has 0 stars, Rappy has 2 stars, Julia here has 1 star. These indicate like a limit break for each character. So each limit break gives 4 levels to their cap. At 0 limit break, a Nikke has level 80 cap, and then each cap is 40. So purples or SRs can go up to 160 because 80 plus 40 is 120 plus another 40 is 160, and SSRs can go to 200. 80 plus 40 is 120 plus 40 is 160 plus another 140 is 200. So what most people should be doing, especially non-whales, is when you get to level 80, you're going to have to reset your characters and bring the purples or SRs to whatever cap you're using and whatever EXP you're using to make sure you get more EXP out of it. So if you guys don't know, Synchro device you unlock later into the story, and when you go here, notice how my top 5 rows are my invested characters, and they're all about the same level. They're all purples, they're all the same level. It's because these characters are the ones I'm pushing as of right now with my mats, and these are the ones that get the same benefits and levels as the ones invested right here. So for most people, you're not going to get limit breaks on your SSRs unless you're a big time whale. So it's easier to just get purples to 160 because they're much easier to obtain. Notice how, if I can show profile here, I have basically every one of my purples here maxed out at max limit break. They're all 100, well, they have a cap of 160, and they're all 2 stars each, right? Whereas some of my SSRs here don't even have a star. They have 1 or 2. They have basically a lower cap compared to the purples. So what you do with this is by taking these purples above the level 80 cap, you can sync them with your SSR so they can go above the level 80 cap. Because if you guys don't know, like take for example my Scarlet that everyone loves in this game is at level 80, and she stays at level 80 because she can't go any higher without more limit breaks to go beyond that. In order to get limit breaks, you have to get a duplicate of that same character. So I need to pull a duplicate Scarlet or find the 200 metal exchange or whatever to get another limit break on my Scarlet. So her cap is essentially just 80, but because I synchronized her with a purple, this lets her go above the cap. So this is 97 now over 80, even though the cap is 80, because she synced in with the purples that I have working on it right now. Notice how these are white numbers because they're invested onto, whereas the other SSRs are yellow because they're synchronized with. These are the ones that are going to be pushing the higher level cap, and the other SSRs are the ones you're going to be binding with to get the same benefits in terms of levels as the purples. So keep this in mind when you're synchronizing. It takes the lowest level out of the top 5 that you're using. So even if you have, like, say Rappy and N102 out of 98, your SSRs won't sync to level 98 until all 5 of these invested characters are also level 98. So keep that in mind. And in the process, if you guys don't plan on using these purple ships, don't skill up the skills or whatever. I think I had like my N102 skilled up once right here, and that's because when you're resetting characters, like let's say I have my Scarlet, right? She's at level 80. I reset her. The skill level stays the same. It's just the EXP, the mats that you put into that character gets refunded to you. So if you guys don't want to invest into a purple character, then don't put points into them for skill points because you're not going to get those resources back. You only get resources for the EXP that you put into the character and not the skills, books, or whatever you put into the character that you're investing into. But gear though can be swapped around. EXP can be reset by just paying 10 crystals. much easier process compared to just doing the whole investing in the character in SSR or SSR. So hopefully that answers a lot of questions some people may have. It's a very simple process. Basically, you get any characters you want to level 80. Once you get to level 80, if they're capped at 108 at level 80, which most characters are unless you have a duplicate, reset them to their designated levels, and then just bring 5 purple ships, Azure Lane Brain, 5 characters or Nikkes to level 80, and then push on to level 81, 82, 83, and so forth until you get to level 160. At 160, in order for you to progress further, you must have 5 SSRs at max limit break. It's going to be a long time, especially free-to-play players, to get that level cap. But hopefully by the time you hit to level 160, it's going to be months from now, you will have... You'll probably be there for a while, but you'll eventually be able to get to that 200 cap. It's going to take a very long time, but maybe you guys will get there. RNG depends on that. So hopefully you guys like that video. Hopefully that answers anything. If you guys have questions, feel free to let me know. I try to best and thoroughly explain how this process works. Just taking whatever things you need to 100 or to level 80 and then reset it. Get the purples to 100 or to level 80. I'm sorry, I keep saying 100. And then you can push these characters, and then these other synchronized characters can go along with it. So thank you guys for watching. Any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.